Yeah.
sharing your platform.
Okay. Let
Let's
me do that actually.
Good evening. Wait, is it already on go live? Okay, yeah, it is. So we are live. Okay, okay, that's fine. Let me check. Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year. Because, well, I haven't seen you since the New Year. So, Happy New Year. Just give me a second to check that we are live. And yes, we are live. Uh, Florence, you seem to be a bit frozen. All right, I think my guest is having a network issue. Please, please, please forgive us. We are not in control of the network all the time, even though some people think we are, but we're not in control of it. But while I try to get my guest back on, I am going to just tell you about her. Okay, she's back on. Let me add her. Yeah, sorry about that.
Sorry, I don't know what happened.
Sometimes the network, we just can't
I
control.
know.
We can't, yeah. So, welcome to the Power Hour, Florence.
Thank you for having me.
You are more than welcome. Today, I was the one that reached out. I really wanted to, because I'm all about girl power and us just supporting one another. And
Yeah.
I've known you for years now, and
Mm-hmm.
you are just this multi-talented person.
Oh,
Florence
thank
is
you.
Florence is a script writer. Florence is a producer. Florence is a photographer who actually did has done both my photo shoot, my birthday photo shoot, and my kids as well photo shoot.
Yeah.
That we love. The pictures are literally right there behind.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, and also Florence is an entrepreneur. She has this gift about stuff that she does, that the gift, the hampers, and
Yeah.
I've actually ordered two from her. One from my mom and one from my sister. My
Yeah.
mom, my mom refused to take the hamper apart.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she refused
Oh,
to take it apart because she just loved the way it was all put together.
oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and my sisters was still has house with everything in it. I'm like,
Oh, that's
you're actually
nice.
supposed to use the items, not
Oh,
just put there. But they just love the presentation,
oh,
and that's
thank
what I
you.
love about you. Florence puts gives 100% into everything that she does. She really does, and I don't feel like she gets the shine for it. She doesn't get given her flowers, and I always
No.
believe that give people their flowers when they're
Yeah.
still here, because
Mm-hmm.
when they're not here, we're writing all of this long paragraphs.
Mm-hmm.
But when they were alive, you didn't support what they were doing. You
It's
know,
true.
we
Mm-hmm.
are quick to support other people, but
Yeah.
not our own. And this is why, for me, doing the power hour is so important to me. No matter what
Mm.
I'm going through, it might not be as frequent because I have a lot of stuff. It's all going on, my own health and family,
Yeah.
everything. But I always feel like people need, to have their time and give them their flowers when they're
Mm.
here. Because once they're gone, you can write a book. They're
That's
not
it. Yeah.
they're not going to know. And sometimes just a word of encouragement,
Mm-hmm.
or just telling somebody that I really appreciate what you do. You don't
Mm-hmm.
know how that can really shape
Mm.
somebody, how that can really change them, how that can keep them focused. Because
Yeah.
you put in so much work sometimes and you don't see the fruits of
Mm.
labors much. So it's very important that you see it. So
Yeah.
welcome, Florence. That's why I
Thank
picked up.
you.
Now over to you. So can you tell us about, I know I've said some, but I know there's more. Tell us about yourself. Kind of just give us a gist of who you are as a person. And yeah.
Okay. Well, my name is Florence Tucker. I'm a mom. I'm a photographer. I write script. I edit. I act. Sometimes when people say tell us about yourself, I feel like there's a whole long list. But I love everything to do with creativity and media and filming and creative arts. I studied media in school, college, and uni. Um, yeah, that's me. I just love creativity. I just love being creative. And also, I'm a mom of three beautiful children. Yeah.
Oh, let me bring myself back. Okay. Yeah, that is so wonderful. I think sometimes people forget as well that we are balancing all of this as parents.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important that we also say that because we're trying to get through all of this, and some people are even single parents, so
Yeah.
you never know. So you said this is what you studied in school, but
Yeah.
what was the inspiration? What inspired you to go into this field, this industry?
I think ever since I was young, I think is I've always had this passion in me because I remember when I was in Sierra Leone when I was about 8, yeah, about 8 years old. Like I couldn't wait for us to go on holiday. Whenever we're on holiday, I always gather my friends. Like come at the time, I didn't even know what acting was. I didn't know what filming was. I didn't even know what writing was. But I'll always be like, "Oh yeah, come, let's do this." And I'll write on paper. I'll get paper and pen and just write and say, "Oh, you say this," and when you say that, you say this. And when you say that, you do that. So I was basically directing and script writing without even knowing what it was. But it's just, I believe it's a gift. I believe it's a gift from God. And it's always been a passion. And of course, that was in Sierra Leone at the time. I never even knew that I was going to come to London. And when I came to the UK, going to school, I think it was in year 10, I realized that this is actually something that I can study because it's when we could choose our options. And then I chose media studies. But even before that, prior to that, my number one passion is script writing. So I was always writing scripts. It started off with 4 pages, went up to 8, 16, and I always give out my script to my friends to say, okay, can you read it? And let me know what you think. And my friends in school, they were really into the script and they'll read it, but like, oh, this is nice. And it would encourage me to even do more. I mean, this was even before I actually studied media or script writing. I just didn't know what it was, but it was just this passion in me. And like I said, I believe it's a gift from God as well. And of course, when I now went to year 10 and I did media, I was like, oh, okay, I could actually study this and learn more and gain more skills, which was great. Yeah. So it started off with a 8 years old girl back in Freetown, Sierra Leone, just gathering friends to just more and acting without even having a knowledge of exactly what filmmaking and what acting or writing script was. So yeah.
That is really wonderful. I think you're growing up in Sierra Leone.
Mm,
There are a lot of things that we did as kids, and we
mhm.
never even realized like what those skills meant
Yeah,
and what we can do with those skills.
yeah,
I got into business like when I was young. Every time
yeah,
my aunties they have anything that they're selling, like I wanted to be, I wanted to know to the point that
yeah.
very young age. I think I was about 9 years of age, and my aunt would
Wow.
just let me run the shop that we had
Oh wow.
by myself at that age. And we did. growing up, we didn't know about, like, oh, this is something that I can actually develop. This is
Mm-hmm.
something that can be a career. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that love for business is started from that. And
Yeah.
always wanting to help other people grow as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, being in this industry, so what kind of skills, if somebody is watching and they're like, oh, that's something I would like to do, what kind of skills do you think they need? It can be whether skills they can study or even just, interpersonal skills that
Yeah.
will come, that'll be beneficial if they go
Yeah.
into that field.
And the good thing about media is a wide range. So you can choose to just specialize in one thing. You can choose to just be a director and you can study. And the good thing with this generation now, as time's going on, there's online studies. You can go on YouTube. You can get online seminars and just watch and said, okay, I want to be a director. Of course, for me, it was great for me because I got to explore different options when I was in college. We're doing the script writing, the filming, we did music video, magazine, all of that. But my main passion was filmmaking and script writing. So when I went to uni, the first year, I was still exploring the different options. But from second and third year, my focus was script writing and directing as well as acting. So it depends on like what route you want to take and what you want to specialize in. I mean, it's great to do all those things, but I think it's better if you can just pick one or two things. And of course, being a writer, you need to love writing because it's boring. I find people that say, "Oh, writing is boring, editing is boring," but you have to have a love and passion for it to be able to do it. And once you feel like, okay, I have a passion for writing, with directing, of course, you're going to need to be creative in what you do. You're going to need a lot of patience and you're going to need skills in like working with people, communication, because you have to work with different type of people, different type of actors. So you're going to need patience. You're going to need to know how to communicate and talk to people and get your points across and get your ideas across. And of course, let's say if you want to be a photographer, that's another thing you can learn. And well, now you don't really need to go to uni. Like it was great. I went to uni for 3 years, but like I said, there's online materials that you can use on YouTube, seminars to just grow your skills. But I think the first thing for you is to know, okay, what do I like? What's my passion? Do I like acting? And you just focus on that and try and gain more skills in that. I think will be great.
Yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying when it comes to like now, the
Mm-hmm.
resources that are available is different from back when I
Yeah,
was growing up. And I think
exactly.
pandemic kind of helps certain
Hmm.
industries while other industries not so much. But I think when it
Yeah,
creative side, the pandemic helped because things
a
like
lot.
I learned to just edit by myself. I
Yeah,
know
you
a
see,
pro. I can't
you
edit like
see.
a movie, but I can edit a
Yeah, you
video.
do really exactly.
Yeah, from my like YouTube and things like that. So I can do that. And I just learned watching
Which is
videos.
good because you didn't have to go to uni for it, but the
Yeah.
resources are there online to learn. If you just take some time out, as long as, for me, I believe everything you need to have a passion because it's that passion. Because
Mhm.
there are challenges and it's gonna get difficult, and it's the passion that'll keep you going and just being focused and keep pushing through the challenges and not giving up.
Yes, definitely. It's that I agree with you like 100%,
Mm,
10% that it is all about passion. You can find the
yeah.
resources that can come. So when it comes to writing a script, right?
Hmm.
Whether it's for a show, whether it's a skit or
Mm.
a movie, what is your creative process?
Oh wow. It's funny. The reason I'm laughing, right? Because my kids, whenever I have an idea, of writing. Like I can get inspiration from different things. I can get inspiration in writing a movie by watching a music video, by even smell. I can smell a scent and I just get a whole idea by just smelling something. I could be on the train, I can see an advert. I can get inspiration from literally anything. And when it comes to writing, I put myself in the zone, like in the character's life in their world. Like currently, I'm writing a script and I'll be there in the kitchen acting it out. Because, of course, because I act as well. So I always act out a scene and I'll play different characters and I'll be talking to myself. Sometimes, even while I'm out on the train, I'll be talking to myself and I have people looking at me funny, like, yo, is she all right? Meanwhile, I'm doing my thing because this is how I work and this is how it works for me. Because I can't just sit down and write. I think as well because I studied directing. Because I've had like professional people say to me, "Your director, when you write as a director because you're very descriptive. You even put the type of shots you want, the type of movement you want. And of course, because I have the skills and I study these things, so I'm able to do that. So for me, writing, I have to always put myself in that zone and I have to always act it out. If I have an idea for a scene, before I go and write the scene, write the script, I have to create it in my mind and imagine and then act it out, then go and write it. That works way, way better for me. Because then when I say it out, it makes a whole lot of difference. Because then I can try different ways in which how I want to say it and then choose the one that works best and then take it back to the laptop or to my phone and then write the scene out. So yeah, I go crazy. I talk to myself a lot.
You're not the only one. Most of us be doing it, and people are like, "Is this person okay?" I've been in hospital writing stuff, and they're like, "What are you
Exactly.
studying?" I'm
It's
like,
the passion
"Studying,
for
I've
it.
finished uni, but if something comes up at that point, you have to do that."
Exactly. You
So
have to.
yeah, so that is really good, and I hope as well, there'll be people that do skits and things that are able to
Yeah.
watch this interview and also learn because some of them didn't get that opportunity to
True.
go through the professional route like you
Hmm.
have been able to. Some of
Yeah.
them are just using their phones and doing the things, and
Hmm.
hopefully they can pick something from this as well and learn. You know your show had, I don't know if people know about it. I might just go and show a little bit. The, actually, before I ask you the question, let's go. Let me go on to read and let me go on present. Okay, slide. Because that was how I think a lot of people I got to know you during that pandemic. We were all bored out of our mind, and I'm like, is she not like how does she even get you still are able to go and do all of that? Like you were still doing that. Let me make sure I've got it the right. You were still doing all of that.
Yeah.
For me, I was just like really impressed by the fact that during that time,
Oh.
people were going through a lot, and I think it was something that really, really helped a lot of people to cope. Like
Mm.
I had to shield. I was stuck at home. I had no
Mm.
choice. I was stuck
Mm.
at home. At one point, I wasn't allowed to even open my door to anyone.
Wow.
Like so, like that really just kept me going. I was keeping up with
Yeah.
the series like nobody's business, like watching
Oh, thank
everything
you.
that comes out. I set my notification and make sure that
Oh,
I get it, and I'm like, oh my god,
thank
what
you.
is
I
this up to
appreciate
now?
that.
What are these sisters up to? It was just really good,
Thank
and
you so
it was
much.
really interesting, and you were able to work with so many people as well, and that was really really fun to watch this creative
Yeah.
as well. Let me just share my screen.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Sorry, I don't
So
know what happened.
Sometimes the network will just keep us.
I know.
okay, that
Okay,
is
so
echoing.
let me.
Mm.
Is echoing a bad little. Can you hear? Yes, it's echoing. I don't want to
Yeah.
what we have going on. But I'm going to put the link there. And I
Okay.
want people to go and watch that. That was just very, very interesting to see.
Oh.
And just looking forward to each episode and season after season. You had so many people. I was like, who is she going to have next? But how are you able to come up with that concept?
Do you know what? Asylum Sister is so interesting because I'm someone I hate being idle, just sitting there not doing nothing. And of course, with the whole pandemic, we were all stuck at home, or most people were stuck at home. And I was like, oh, let me see what I can do. I mean, when it started off, it didn't start off as Salon Sisters. I think I did one or two skit. That was the first time I did one or two. I was trying to be funny. I was like, okay, because most of the stories I write is more about like serious issues and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, why don't I try comedy? So I did one or two videos, and people were really into it. They found it really funny. They were laughing, and I thought, okay, we need something like this during this time, this challenging times that we're going through. So I was with my kids. I mean, my daughter was about 8 at the time, and I think my son was like 6, 7. So I said to them, because I always try to involve my kids, because my kids are like my best friends. And then I said to them, I said, oh, I want to start something. I've put this thing out. People like it. So I want to start a show. They're like, okay. So we're thinking of different ideas. I was like, maybe three sisters. I started off with saying, twins. It's like, how about three, how about four? So we all came up with the idea. Then we're thinking of the name. We had different names. They're like, oh, how about Sierra Leone sisters? I was like, oh, yeah. I said, but we can make it short because Salon is also Sierra Leone. How about Salon sisters? Like, oh, yeah, that's good. So that's how Salon Sisters came about. We did the first episode. I mean, when I started, it was just for fun. I didn't even think of continuing it, to be honest with you. I did the first episode, put it out. People were really like amazed by it. They really liked it. And like, oh, they already had their favorite characters and they wanted to know what was gonna happen next. So I was like, okay. And then I continued. And before you knew it, I think we did like 3 seasons, 2 or 3 seasons, and so many people got involved because one of the great things about Salon Sister that I loved is that I got to work with so many Sierra Leonean people. And I said to myself, I wanted it to be 100% Sierra Leonean. So I even had like my Nigerian friends actors are like, oh, poor Salon Sisters, even some Gambian ones. I'm like, I'm sorry, the song is strictly Sierra Leone. Like, oh, why are you being racist? And we're just joking and stuff. So that's one of the things I love about Salon Sisters because so many talents were shown, like so many people that I didn't even know can act. I realized that, okay, they're actually good in acting and good in what they're doing. And we're all one big family, the love, the banter, it was great. It was amazing in that time. Like as well as me making people laugh, it also helped me a lot as well. So yeah, that's Salon Sisters. That's how it came about.
The question that the people, myself, want to know is when are we going to get another?
Ah. Do you know what? I've been asked that question so many times, even my kids. And the thing about Salon Sisters, apart from adults, kids were so into it. A lot of kids were coming up to me. Oh, I love Kadia too. Kadia is my favorite character. Oh, this. Even one of my friends, Isa, she also made a theme song for it, and the kids love it. It will come on the rewind the theme song. They'll be singing, dancing to it, and that was just so amazing for me. But we're working it. We'll see. And I need to call up my cast,
Yeah, because
and say, hey.
I was not there, so that's what I'm.
I need to come and bring in new people and said, hey, let's come up and we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated. We'll see what happens.
Definitely, like you know what? Honestly, something like that, I think it can go even bigger. Like to next.
Yeah.
That's another thing as well. Like when it comes to, I know how much you're passionate about
Mm,
the Syrian movie industry,
mm,
and even though you get opportunities again to work with other industries,
mm.
still have so much passion for the Sierra Leone movie community because
Yeah.
I used to do reviews, like
Yeah.
reviews of movies, and what you felt about them, and I think
Hmm.
that was really, really just highlighting that we also have something, and you were doing that,
Exactly.
no, which was really good. The support, uh, but again, how is it like when in terms of receiving that support back? How has it been when it comes? How have people embraced or support you and what you do?
Wow. In terms of the support, this I've had quite, good support system in a way. I mean, of course, I wish more people could support because Sierra Leoneans were a bit laid back. We don't support as much as like the Nigerians. I mean, I know people would say, oh, Sierra Leone, we're not that big, but I'm sure there's about over a million people, right? Or million Sierra Leoneans, even around the world. And imagine if 1 million Sierra Leoneans could follow each Sierra Leonean channel, watch every Sierra Leonean movies, and we get like a million views on all of our movies, our shows, our programs, and following on TikTok and YouTube. I mean, that's huge. It's great. I mean, it's not like when people say, oh, Sierra Leone, we're small, it's not that there's only 10 of us. A million views, a million followers is a lot. And it can do a lot in terms of supporting us Sierra Leoneans as a whole. So I think that shouldn't be a limitation at all. And as well with Sierra Leoneans, you have to keep like, hey, watch my stuff. Hey, follow me. Hey, subscribe. Because even with my channel, I'm like, subscribe. And I meet people. I'm like, you subscribe. Oh, I haven't subscribed. I'm like, okay, I sent you like the notification 100 times. But I have to now come and say, can you subscribe? But for me, it's okay because I feel like in life, if you want something, you have to go for it. The journey is not always easy, but you just have to be consistent and persistent in what you're doing. And with prayer and by God's grace, you will get to where you're going. But I think as well, one of the challenges I think we have, I don't think Sierra Leoneans see the creative industry. They don't look at it as a business. They don't see the business side of it, and they don't realize how much income it can generate as much as the Nigerians. The Nigerians, they have that knowledge that when it comes to the creativity, media industry, entertainment industry, you can make good money. And sometimes it's not only about the money, it's also about the opportunities that it brings. And you have actors, Nigerian actors who are signing contracts and deals being ambassadors for property companies, phone companies, Google, this. I mean, they are Netflix, Amazon. And I believe that we can do it too because we have the talent, we have the passion. Um, there shouldn't be any limitation. We just need to try and come together and support each other and just be consistent in that. And we're still working and hoping and praying that it will get better by God's grace. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my hope as well. I think one thing I also notice, like with our community,
Mm,
people want things, but they don't want to invest in
yeah.
those services, right?
Yeah.
For example, me as business strategist,
Mm,
somebody would want my services, but don't want to pay for those services. Even if you're not going to pay, there's some sort of exchange that should
of
happen, right?
course. of
whether you
course.
want to support something or something, yeah.
Yeah,
But people just want things,
yeah,
but they're not ready to put their money, where their mouth is. They just
yeah,
want everything. And just as you said, like they see this creative industry as just entertainment. They
yeah,
go watch it, laugh. They won't even put a like there, a comment or anything. But
exactly.
even if something like that, subscribing, right? Liking and commenting
And
is free.
sharing.
Sharing
Mhm.
is free. You
Exactly.
don't need to pay for it.
Yeah,
But still, people wouldn't do that. You know?
yeah.
And just as you said, that for me, I don't let that stop me. We just have to
No, I
keep
can't.
going, grinding until you get to the right audience who will appreciate
Exactly.
your hard work. And that brings me to like finance. We know things that are difficult, times are hard, and your mom is wrong. So I
Mm-hmm.
know you definitely have a lot of responsibility. So
Mm-hmm.
how are you able to financially like fund your project?
It's difficult because it comes back again to like there is no financial support when it comes to like the civil engineering industry. If there is, well, I'm not aware. I don't know. But like you can't, it's hard to find someone. Like I've gone to so many different civil engineering like people that may be at the top say, okay, I've got this project, I want to do this, I want to do that. Can you help me? I need money or finance, and we can come into some kind of agreement or contract. And it's always like, yeah, I'll get back to you, and they never get back to you. So I have to do it on my own, which is difficult. But we move, we keep try and work hard, just try and put things together and
Florence might be having some difficulty. Our weather right now is very, very bad. We have even a storm in the UK. So it is difficult. Even today, I was having so much difficulty with my internet. Like everything, I think with the storm and the wind is so strong, it might be affecting people's network because I've experienced the same thing. But this that was I was speaking with Florence. Florence is a movie producer, not just movie but skits as well, shows. She also acts, she writes scripts, she's a photographer, she's an entrepreneur. She just does it all. And this is like for me, like wow, women empowerment and women supporting women. And I just really, really wanted for us to have this discussion because some of these topics they're really important for us to speak about it. Things like supporting. All right, Florence is back. Let's get her on. So I think the weather is really
sorry, the internet was acting up.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was just saying I've been having the same issues with my internet. Yeah, carry on with what you were saying. Sorry.
Yeah, so it's about that limitation, right? Because you have this idea, it needs money to get it done. And sometimes you just want someone to just believe in what you're doing. In this, I'll invest in what you're doing. Um, you go and make this movie and do this thing. And when the revenue comes in, this is a percentage that I want. But I think it's just getting someone to believe in what you're doing and being willing to just take the risk and say, hey, I see you. I believe in you. I have the resources. Here you go. Let's work something out. And so it's challenging. It's really challenging, especially we know the times we're in. But we keep trying as we hope and pray. I mean, They said prayer without works is dead. So you can't be praying and you're sitting down. You have to keep moving and keep doing your part and leave the rest to God. So yeah. I can't hear you. I don't know if you can hear me.
Oh, I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I said definitely. It is, difficult when it comes to things like that, but we can't give up because
No.
just keep going until maybe you find that person that believes in you. And I think as well, some people, if they don't feel like they're going to get the profit or turnover straight away, it's a
Yeah,
process to do.
exactly.
So sometimes they don't invest in it because they're like, I don't know how it's going to do. But then
Yeah,
they put in their work, then it might do better. Then you get
yeah,
your money's worth.
exactly.
Do you think, as of course we know, when it comes to being a woman, black women,
Hmm.
women, is something difficult. Do you think, what are some of the challenges you've faced as a woman in this, because it's a male dominated industry that you're in? There are very, the women that are doing very well in the field, but also
Yeah,
as a woman it can be challenging. So what are
yeah.
some of the challenges you think like you've experienced as a woman within a male dominated industry?
Okay. I'll tell you a story. When I first started doing photography, right? Um, it was so funny to me when I met like some Sierra Leonean that were in the entertainment industry. And the moment I say I'm a photographer, they look at me like, but you're not woman. I'm like I was so shocked. I was like, okay, excuse me, I don't understand. What does that mean? Do you know? And they feel like, how can you be a woman? You're a photographer. You're taking pictures. I'm like, photographers are only meant to be men. And I just feel like, okay. And I feel like as well, I've had like men who are in the industry kind of see me as a threat because I'm a woman. And they feel like, oh, who's she? She's a lady, she's a woman. Like, why does she feel like she can do what we're doing? This is only for us. And I just feel like, okay, like I find it so strange and so crazy because, of course, I grew up here, I studied here, and for me, I've seen both men and women do this job. So it was very, very odd and very, very, shocking for me to hear those kind of comments as to, okay, if you're a woman, you shouldn't be a photographer. Or if you're a woman, you shouldn't be at the top. And there's been times as well where I've worked with some men where, let's say, maybe if I'm leading a project and they feel like, okay, you can't tell me what to do because you're a woman. You can't, give me instruction or do this, do that. Well, I'll bring maybe an idea and maybe the director or the person be like, oh, this is nice. I like it. And maybe they would take it over their idea and they'll feel like she's a woman. You're meant to go with what I do or what I'm saying because I'm the man. And at first, I struggle with that because I'm like, because I'm all for women empowerment, girl power. So I'm like, hey, excuse me. I don't disrespect you. I don't say because you're a man, you can't do it. So why are you saying because I'm a woman, I can't do that? And another challenge as well, as a woman, men feel like, okay, because you're a woman, the only thing you have to offer is your body. And for me, it's like, excuse me. I remember like when I started the Nollywood UK industry and some of the men were trying to get at me. And I'm like, yo, I just want to make movies. Like, I'm not here for all of that, And you have directors that'll be like, oh, meet me in a hotel. I've had to turn down so many roles where directors be like, "Oh, I want to make you the lead of my movie." I'll be like, "Okay, but how much are you paying me?" "Oh, I'm gonna make you famous. Come to my hotel, and they want to bring some kind of foolishness to me." I just put a stop to it. I just put you in your place straight away. I don't even mess about with that because like that's not why I'm here. So I just let you know that look, if this is it, I'm not interested. I remember there was one director that was trying to bring foolishness to me because it's like, oh, I'm gonna put you in because that was when I just started. Because they could see that I had such passion for what I'm doing. They thought I was one of those women that maybe can do anything. Just to, I'm like, no, I know what I can offer. I know the talent that I have. So if you want to sleep with me before you give me a role, then I'm sorry, you don't believe in my talent, and screw you, forget that. And then I have to turn down the role and said, I'm sorry, keep your script, keep your money, keep your thing in your trousers. All of that, I ain't interested. Okay. Like on to the next one. When the right one comes, I would know and I would do what I have to do. So there is just that. And men try and take advantage of you because you're a woman. They try and feel like, oh yeah, I can just take advantage, just try and get my way before I can give her what I want. And you just have to stand your grounds and know who you are and know what you are and just say, look, hey, if that's the way you're gonna go, I'm not interested. Forget it. And just do your thing. So the challenges are there. And as well when it comes to pay as well, they feel like, okay, as a woman, you should be paid less. I remember there was a project I was doing where I was even the lead role and the co-star was a male, was getting paid more. And I was like, but wait a minute, why is that? Because I'm doing more work, I'm in more scenes, I'm on sets for more days. So why is someone, let's say maybe I'm on set for 7 days, why is a male who's on set for 2 days getting paid more than me? Because I'm a woman and he's a man. But it is what it is. With everything, I believe everything has its challenges. It's just how you walk through those challenges, and that makes a difference. At the end of the day, the end just defend means. So, yeah, your work will speak for itself. I believe, as
Yeah.
long as you don't give up.
I think that is such a powerful message for those coming up, the younger
Mhm.
ones, especially with the age of social media now.
Mhm.
Everybody
Yeah,
trying to, oh, I can do this for you, especially when you are a woman, when they
exactly.
only want one thing from you to use you
Hmm.
and this, but they will give you all these promises. And if you are not able to respect yourself and stand your ground and
Hmm.
know that what I'm bringing on the table is,
Exactly.
and if at sometimes you even bring in more, just as you said, than other people. And
Hmm.
this has been on the news recently with Hollywood actresses that have been, especially
Yeah.
black ones, that have been talking about this, like Taraji P. Henson.
Yeah.
They've been talking about that, like wanting, getting less paid. And
Yeah.
even to the point that they were saying when they were doing their recent food, getting food, they didn't have their own dressing rooms at first. They didn't
Mm.
have food. And this is something that they had to request for. But it
Imagine.
would not happen when it's a man. Usually
No.
men, so these are things that I think will definitely, it's all across the board, no
Oh
matter
yeah.
the street that you are in. I
Yeah.
will walk into a meeting, or I'll be talking to somebody that, like, okay, let's talk on, let's do video call this. I'm trying to be professional. Then,
Yeah.
oh, you're so this. That's not what I'm here for.
Oh, that thing just ticked me off. Like, excuse me, work, please.
Yeah, and also many times they don't want to take like instructions like who you. You're a
Yeah.
woman, like you should be able to
Yeah.
this.
Exactly.
But on we are in 2024, we can be in
Exactly.
the kitchen and
Yeah.
walk into the
Oh
boardroom.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're good at
Young,
multitasking.
I hope they learn
Mm.
that there's a things, especially with social media, there's easy access. All you need
Yeah.
to do is to DM you. But when you know you have something to offer, don't settle for less than your worth.
Yeah.
Something will come up, right? That
Exactly.
worthy
Yeah.
of
Just
your
be patient. And I think it's being professional from the get go, from the start. Don't even encourage nonsense from the beginning. Some, okay, well, you pay me, or me, I'm quick to send you. This is my thing. This is my prize list. Let me know, and we take it from there. I'm quick to send you an invoice. So with that, they know. Okay, she ain't playing. She knows what she's offering, so they don't even bother. Even though you still have some of them that would try, but you just need to try just to comport yourself and respect yourself, because if not, you then realize later that, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Or, I remember that there was a guy that was on my case. We did a movie together, and he was just constant. I was like, I'm not interested, I'm not interested, I'm not interested. And then we went to his movie premiere now, and then he went, he gave a talk, he was thanking everyone, and then he finished. Then the host got the mic and said, oh, excuse me, mister, you forgot your wife. I was like, wife? Oh, so you're married. And then you were still trying to come at me? Imagine if I was foolish now and I'd be like, oh, yeah, of course. Imagine the shock I would have had of that day. I would have been sitting there feeling useless and just be like, oh my gosh, I've just gone with someone's husband without knowing. But you just have to just be straightforward and just know what it is. That your no be no. Work is work. Just be professional. And yeah.
Definitely. Well said. Couldn't have put it better myself, And we talked about that. Now I want to, that actually brings us to your recent movie, Broken Friends. I really loved the movie. I watched
Oh,
it,
thank
and
you.
after watching, I was like, I have to talk to, Florence, because you touched on a topic of domestic abuse
Mm-hmm.
that affects so many
Mm-hmm.
relationships and homes,
Yeah.
that that just gets brushed under the carpet, because people think family. I think especially within the diaspora community, because we are
Mm-hmm.
raised to, you respect your husband. So
Yeah.
sometimes you just go along with it. And what I liked about the movie is the fact that you didn't just focus on the physical abuse, you also focused on that sort of, verbal and
Yeah.
emotional abuse, and
Mm-hmm.
not just men abusing women, but also that a woman can also be
Yeah.
abused
It
towards
happened.
a man.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the movie really, really touched me, and
Well,
wanted
thank you.
to share it so people can go and watch it for themselves, and please
Thank you.
subscribe. And so I just wanted to know, what made you, how did you come up with that idea and were able to put it together that way?
Um, Broken Frames, it started off as a poem. It was a poem that was written by a friend of mine, Amy, poet Ames. She's Australian and she's really good with writing and she does a lot of poems and stuff. So I met her through a friend. She's like, oh, you do filming and stuff. I was like, yeah. She's like, I write poems. So we came together. We were doing like poems of different things. And then she's written this poem about abuse. I was like, okay, that's really good. That, we can put something like some kind of drama, something together. And she's like, yeah, sure. So she wrote the poem, she recorded it, she sent it to me, and then I went away, listened to it, put together like a little script, a drama for it. And then we did a melodrama kind of where it was a short thing about 4 minutes. Poem. So myself and the guy that played my husband in the film, we did the poem. And we did the part one. It came out. People were really into it. People were really touched by it. And funnily, it was so funny when we did that poem. One of the someone that I was working with came up to me and said, "You know what? What this poem? I'm actually going through it. I'm actually being abused." I was so shocked because this is someone that I've known for some time. And this person is always smiling, always laughing, always happy. So in my mind, I'm like, you're being abused? I could have never seen that. that coming. Like when she told me, I was so shocked. I was like, wow, like this is real. I mean, I knew it was real, but having that encounter with her made me realize that this is happening. People are actually going through this thing that is really affecting a lot of people. So then we did part two. We went and we did part two of the poem because people were like, yeah, we want part two. We did part two and people loved it. And that was that. And then after a while, we were like, okay, we should do a film. Because people kept on saying, "Oh, when is the movie coming out?" People were initiating these things. We didn't even have plans to do a movie to this point because people were like, "Oh, when is the movie coming out? We can't wait to see the movie." And we're like, "Which movie?" So like, okay, so we came about. It was three of us, myself, Amy, and Stanley. We came together. We're like, oh, it would be good for us to turn this into a movie because people are really into it and it's really affecting a whole lot of people. Like the reaction I was getting, people were really affected by it. We're like, okay, yeah, that's a good idea. So I went away, wrote the script, we came together, put things in place and went over it. Everyone came up with different ideas. And then that's how Broken Frames came about. And funnily, we shot Broken Frames in 2015. Is it 2015 or 28? No, 2018. Yeah. We shot Broken Frames in 2018. And it was like my first big movie that was part of the production and stuff because I've done other stuff before, but it's more of like acting. But this is the first one that, I wrote the script for and I was involved with in terms of producing and all of that. So yeah, that's how Broken Frames came about.
Wow. That I'm shocked that it was like that, but this is why, like, I'm shocked you did it even post and pre-pandemic because that story is still what a lot of people are
Hmm.
going through, and I think people should really watch it because there's certain, like, physical abuse you can spot, but like verbal abuse, emotional,
Exactly.
financial abuse,
Yeah.
you might not be able to even realize sometimes you're being
That you're being
abused.
abused.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so the movie is really like it really opens your mind onto knowing those signs.
Mm.
So well done. You
Thank
really,
you so much.
and I'm just like really, I love the movie.
Oh, thank
So
you.
now, what I know you were talking earlier on about, things that you have coming up. So, what projects can we expect? And anytime, it doesn't have to be even right now, but down the line, anything that you're working on.
Uh, I am working on something,
Of
but
course, you've got
I will keep
50,
you guys
11 jobs.
posted. Make sure you follow me and I'll keep you guys updated. It's still in its early stage, but I'm working on it. So I'll keep you updated. In the future as well, I would love to do series. Even if I don't get back to Silent Sisters, I've written a couple of series that I want to do. But like I said, the limitation is finance at the moment. But by God's grace, I'm working on it, and I'll definitely keep you guys posted. But expect to see more movies and more short films as well. Because last year I did a short film as well that I was talking about, you know, um, grieving and losing a loved one, and a different process that you could go through and how to handle it, and how as a couple when you grieve, how that can also affect your marriage and it can also distance the two of you. And you have to just find ways in, handling it together. So that was a short movie we did. It's also on my channel. So expect to see more movies because I love to make stories that are relatable, that is touching on important topics and stories that people can look and find themselves in, stories that can teach people a lesson that will educate people as well. Those are the kind of stories that I love to tell. So expect more of that from me by the special grace of God. And yeah, watch out.
Yeah, definitely. Um, yeah, please, if you're watching, if you want to support Florence in any way, whether
Mhm.
your business, an individual, it's not just support, you want to invest, right? Because
Mm,
it is an investment.
yeah,
The the more she's able to put into production, the better the outcome, the
yeah.
more it will be there. And then for me, my prayer is, to see your movies on big platforms like
Oh,
Netflix. And
amen for that. Thank you.
that is my prayer for you. I definitely
Thank
see
you so
that.
much.
You got
Amen.
all it takes, it's just about
Oh,
the support. So I definitely see that there are
thank you so
women
much.
doing, Nollywood women that are doing it. And I think, just as you said, is the support. Where you need the finances. The bigger the budget, the better the
Of
work.
course.
So
Yeah.
if you're watching, you want to support Florence in any way, please do. She's on social media or platforms, Florence Tucker or Florence Creation.
Mhm.
YouTube Florence Creation. You'll be able to find all her work there. And you definitely need to go and check out. If you haven't seen Sisters before, you need to watch it and definitely check out the movie. I'll be posting the the movie, the link, once
Mhm.
we are done. If anybody, I'm gonna go through the comments, but if anybody has any questions, then you are welcome to ask while I go through the comments. So, yeah, we've got quite some comments. So, let's see. Here, sorry, because my laptop is here, that's why I'm turning
It's
this way.
okay.
So, I'm not turning away from here.
It's all right.
Yeah, so this is, I don't, can't you make this bigger? Let me see. You can make it any bigger. Yeah, but we've got here, I need my glasses. Yes, so Viola 2 Cole said, oh yes, thank you. And she also said, that is very true. Well done, guys. Thank you
Thank
again.
you, sis. Violet, sis.
She
My
said, well,
darling sis. Thank you.
and this is a brother of mine. John said, this is great. Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
John.
And I've got here my baby sister said, hi. Hi.
Hello.
Thank you for watching. Then I got my other sisters. Well, we're going to go through so much of our comments. It's sad. Said, you are so amazing, sis. Thank you. Said, keep up the good work. Said, thank you very much. Amike said, love. And then
No.
said, oh, so adorable.
Oh,
My
thank
auntie said,
you.
hi, ladies. And
Hello.
then, and then it's Red said, sending love. And
Oh,
then
send a lot of
Mother
love back
always
to
just say,
you.
hello, May. If you see somebody saying May, it's my mom. That's
Oh, hello, ma.
so
Good
she's the one
evening.
that calls me May.
Oh, that's nice.
Thank you, mommy, for watching. I know you are at work. Thank you. I know you're probably sneaking somewhere to watch.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh,
Okay. Sayo Bangua said they have them, but they are afraid to spend their money. When we're talking about, the
yeah,
finance.
you're right.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. And then she said, many has dirty the water. Yeah, because people as well. Yeah,
It's
they don't.
true. That's
Yeah.
so true.
So
One apple spoils the whole bunch, isn't it?
yes,
One
it is.
rotten apple spoils the whole
And
bunch.
Red said, so true. My mom said, well spoken,
Oh,
Florence.
thank you, ma. Thank you so much.
uh, Sayo Bangura said Sierra Leone entertainment don't have businessmen thinking. Yeah, they business mind thinking. Yeah, because just as Florence was saying, they just don't see it as, it's just entertainment, not
Mhm.
business. But
Yeah.
if you really put in the work and the things that
You
need to,
get money. Oh my gosh, so much. Imagine having your movie on Netflix.
yeah,
On
that
Netflix
that is
original.
my
Do you
prayer.
know how much
That
we're
is my
talking?
prayer for you. That is
Amen. I
my
received
prayer.
that in Jesus'
I
name.
am going to be
Amen.
praying because I can't wait for that premiere.
Oh, thank
But
you so much.
I will get my prayer
Amen.
because I believe it's going to happen.
Girl, I will have you on my checklist, okay? Once I get that Netflix. I remember, yeah, my sis Miriam. Okay, here you go.
And it said, very well said, beautiful and amazing sisters. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Reg.
And said, um, very well said, sis. Yeah. And then Fatmati said, proud
Hey, Bando.
of
I love you, babes. Mwah, mwah, mwah. That's my
we're
manager,
all
y'all.
proud of her, and we all can't wait for that Netflix movie. I said
Amen.
first,
You
record the
did, girl.
record somebody scream
Disclaimer. She said it first. On live
somebody
television, okay?
good
You
evening.
better keep this video as evidence.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Screen record and keep it when that
Yes,
next
girl.
deal comes. We'll all be celebrating. Um,
Amen.
sister.
Mhm.
David said, good evening, Miriam K. Thank you, David. Good evening to you
Good
too.
evening, David.
Staying up. And Fatima again said, proud of you ladies making Mama Salon proud.
Oh,
God
thank
bless
you,
you.
my
God
darling.
love and blessings. Oh, thank you so
Mm.
much. We have to do what we have to do. And I think that is how the comments, unless somebody writes up again, but we are going
Oh,
to you. We don't want it to be too long. We know it's late already. So we're going to love and leave you. Florence,
no.
I cannot thank you enough for coming on my
No,
platform,
thank you. Thank you so much for having
just
me.
spreading your knowledge, and definitely this won't be the last time. We will
Oh,
definitely
yeah,
catch
definitely.
up, and I'm going to post your links. I'll do a comment on the video and post your
Thank you so
link.
much.
Fatima wrote one more thing. Okay, you're gonna be the last one. Then we're going. She said, Netflix and beyond is the goal. In Jesus' mighty name, amen.
Amen.
Please
Amen.
subscribe to Florence Creation on
Yes, please subscribe,
YouTube.
guys.
Blessings.
We need to
Yes,
get
because
to a
that's how we
thousand
start getting it
subscribers.
out there. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll plan something, even a giveaway, and get
Yes,
people to
exactly.
do. Then
Thank
thank
you,
you.
Bando.
Okay, say thank you, Fatima. Thank you for watching, and thank you to
That's
everyone.
my bestie. She's also in the movie. She played
Oh,
Maria,
oh,
the one that's been abused by her husband that had a
oh, she's
baby.
the one.
That's her,
Oh,
yes.
thank
Yes.
you for taking up that beating for all women. Thank you.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you did really well, girl. You
She
did so
did. She
well.
did.
So I missed the live, but I will watch it again
Oh,
on
thank
YouTube.
you.
And yeah, so I will also send the recording to um
Yeah,
to
thank
to
you.
Florence as well. And thank you very much, guys. You guys don't want us to go.
Thank you,
Well,
Rana, for watching.
out of here, guys. Thank you. I will put all of. Please go and follow Florence YouTube, Florence Creation. I'm gonna post the
Yeah.
video link, and I'm gonna post. I tagged her on this. I'll tag both her pages, so you should be able to go and follow her. Subscribe to her YouTube channel. Watch the
Yes,
movie.
please.
I want to do. In fact, maybe we should get the web which do review, and maybe talk about people going through it. Then that can
That'll
really,
be good. And then we
yes,
can get the casts to come in and do a show
yes, and talk
and
about,
talk about their
yeah,
role, how it was. I think that's
yeah,
a good idea. We should
definitely.
definitely do that.
We'll do that. We'll plan
Okay,
that.
that'll be
Also
great.
get some people that have gone through it. that can
Yes,
enlighten.
exactly. Yeah, that's a
All
good
right,
idea.
guys, we love you, and we're going to
I love you all so
leave you.
much. Thank you.
Bye, and thank you for
Sis,
being
thank you
here.
so much.
Thank
God
you.
bless you. Love
Bye,
you all.
sis.
Mwah.
Mwah.